Today we're doing the 1,000-mile review of the Tesla Model Y and the 5 things I noticed the most. One of the first things that could be a pro and con is the drive quality. So of course on nice smooth pavement, it is a smooth and quiet ride. On the freeways, it's actually not that bad either. But when you live in a place like Seattle like I do, and you go through downtown, you are bumping around because this is a sports car. It's a performance package. So the suspension is a little bit more tight, I feel like, when driving. So driving through places like that with all these bumps, I wouldn't really give this a high rating of a comfortable drive because of those bumps. But of course, if you get the long range version or if you get some extra shock mounts to it, now it probably takes away from your warranty, but still, you could probably drive a lot smoother. But I think the most simple fix is get 19-inch Gemini wheels or anything else like that. Second part is the range. Do I have any range anxiety so far after 1,000 miles? The quick answer is no. Now, of course, I do keep my car fully charged when I can, not to 100, but to 90%, if I know I'm gonna go somewhere probably the next day. So that part of range anxiety is true, but I did a little trip. I had to go pick up my dad all the way in Anacortes, and I live here in Seattle. So that's about a 77+ mile trip there and then 77 miles back. And the car was charged to, I think it was like 270 or something like that. The whole trip was like, let's just say 160 miles total. It only took, I think, 175 miles on that trip. Now, of course, let's take into, I was using navigation, autopilot, charging my phone, and then probably hitting 100 a couple times, right? So that's not that bad. That's not that big of a difference. It's like about 15 miles total off from what it originally was. So to wrap things up on range, I think the range is great. It's fairly accurate. And I think me going 15 miles over is of course my fault, right? Because I said, I put this sport mode and I hit that gas or that electric, whatever you want to call it, as hard as I could a couple times there and back. So that's my own fault. So if you are traveling in a Tesla Model Y or a Tesla Model 3 X or S, whatever, and you just go the speed limit, maybe a little bit above it, if you have to go 100 miles and you got 150 miles on like your car, you're probably gonna get there with probably 45 miles left over, which is not very bad or very off at all. The third thing I wanna highlight is the storage that I'm actually able to use in the Tesla Model Y. The first thing I wanna highlight within the storage part is how much room that there actually is back here, especially if you have a few dogs and you got a baby, right? In the back seat, I can fit a car seat and some other stuff. In the back, when of course I have this up, is I can fit a few dog crates. Let's say I only have one dog with me, but a second crate, I could throw it down here in this lower trunk spot. Plenty of space, these side pockets. So when you do go on these trips, right, and you got all this stuff, you got a baby, you got a dog, you got your own stuff going on, maybe you brought some food, some beverages, some extra change of clothes, some luggage. You have all this space to really throw it into, so it keeps with that minimal look. So this is probably the most popular part about the Tesla is the frunk, right? Now, people always mention like how I have myself is the fact that you can put some food in here. Now, of course, this isn't stinky food because it is inside a glass container, but let's say it was stinky food. And stinky food I relate to is, you know, eggs, right? Let's say you got a big thing of hard-boiled eggs with no top to it because they have to be free. You want to set that in here because all that doesn't go into the car. Or let's say that's not even your worry at all, but you just want to fit some stuff, some extra stuff, and have it not fall over. Like, you ever get your cake and you're scared that if you slam on the brakes it's gonna fall off the back seat or slide around your back trunk, whatever it is. Well, you can actually throw that cake right there, especially if it's in a 13x9 pan or whatever else it is. There's some measurements, of course, I just set right here for you, but it's plenty of space up here. Your backpack, your luggage, maybe toys for the beach, I don't know, a bunch of stuff. The fourth thing that I want to highlight is the amazing view, right? My passengers, whenever I pick someone up and we're driving and they're sitting in the back seat, they're enjoying this wonderful roof and all these windows and just how awesome it is, because it's not really normal to look up and out, right? So they're able to have that experience and they actually enjoy it, especially if you're doing a long road trip, which I'm actually about to do here soon at the end of the month. And you know, it's gonna be nice when, you know, me and my girlfriend take breaks and I can sit in the back seat, just enjoy the view and just look up and just relax, you know. Of course, that has nothing to do with driving 1,000 miles, because you could have a broken down Tesla, but I think it really makes a difference, especially if you have kids you're driving with or just friends and they just want to just look up and just relax, right? I think it could be kind of calming. The fifth and final highlight of 1,000 miles later is just the pure enjoyment of driving this car. Like, I genuinely love driving, but I love driving even more with the Tesla Model Y, because I just feel like it's just so minimal and so simple of a car. And the fact that I can go to Burger King or something, stop and eat in the car, put on some Netflix, or even go through some YouTube, because a lot of my work I do is on YouTube. I can actually log into channels and analytics and do everything from my car. So if I forget my laptop, or if I don't want to use my phone and I want to just use this tablet, I'm able to. So it's so efficient of a vehicle for me, and it's also fun. Most cars that I've driven, I don't really have fun in unless I'm speeding, which is dangerous, or if I just like the way it looks when I pull up the valet. This, I like all of it. I love riding in it. I love just sitting in it and listening to music. I love everything about the Tesla. So the experience in general is just absolutely amazing. I'm almost speechless, if you know what I mean, because there's just so much more to this car than it being a car. So that's the final review. 1,000 miles later, what's my honest opinion? I love it. I love everything about it. And if you're looking to get one, or if you already ordered yours and you're just waiting for that VIN to be assigned and get your delivery, wishing you the best. It's a long process, but it is totally worth it the moment you get to sit inside your Tesla Model Y, especially if you get the performance version. Plus, it comes faster these days, right? Why wait for the long range? We could upgrade for like what, $3,000 more, $4,000 more? Just do it. There's still chill mode. You can still drive normal. Your tires might be a little bit, you know, bigger. They might look cooler, and you might lose about 30 miles of range. But at the end of the day, you don't even ride to zero anyways. So there's not gonna be a big difference between a long range and a performance version when you go long ways. At least that's my opinion. We'll find out at the end of the month. But that's about it. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.